What we gonna do right now is go back, way back.
Give me your friend. Hey, hey, Mark, come on, shake, come on, give me your friend. Hey, big girls like to do the round, fat girls like to do the round. Fat girls, let me see you grind. Fat girls just doing their own thing, right there with the fat thing, and the fat girls just shaking them thighs. Fat girls don't make it count.
Excuse me.
Baby.
What's up? I thought you was gonna start hanging out with the big girls again. What is all this trash?
But like that girl, hit the ground, hit it up, and you hear that sound. Fat girl just looking so sweet. Fat girl don't make it eat. Fat girl just shake it, don't speak. Big girl, let me see you do a spin. Let go, let me see you touch the ground. Shake it up, back down. Drop me in the house. Rock it out, work it, work it, work it, work it, big girl, 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 big girls like you around. Fat girl, keep going, don't quit. Fat girl, just move the damn hip. Fat girl, get down, don't stop. Fat girl, wanna see the pop. Shake it, fat girl, shake it fast. Fat girl, nigga, wanna see that? Fat girl, bounce like a pro. Fat girl, go what you know. Fat girl, shake till you rip through what? On the web, that's hard part two. Lips and eyes, y'all know the game. Fat girl, don't have no shame. Shake that back, bounce to the beat. Fat girl, shake it, jiggle like me. St. Louis, back to the top. Like I like to do the ride. Work it, work it, work it, big girl, 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 big girls like do the ride. Hey, 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 mo, hey. Let me hear you say, hey, 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 mo, hey. Big girls like do the ride. Shake, work, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake, shake, work, shake, shake, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake. To the ground, to the ground, to the ground, to the ground.
Now sick of this. Now I want to show y'all a real show with the big girls.
Oh, fat girl, part 3. Can't hang with 100% beat. Fat girl, know that happen. Don't quit. Fat girl, run like you own it. Put your hands on your hips and grip it. Nothing new, I'm loose like it off the net. Fat girl, bring the crew to top the climb. If not, I'ma pull the business down. Fat girl, bounce hot and stop tripping. If you do, get chicken and hot bitch. With a lot right, come to the night speed. I really shit, get the dead in the well team. Bounce fat girl, show the boy shot. Let me see if the fat or not. Don't put fat girl, y'all like the gun. Let you out, let me see y'all do the rap.
I'm serious. Where you are? Not the Elvira. Oh, not the Britney Spears. Hey, how you doing? Oh, but ain't the little leprechaun. Girl, your wings is so up. You look a mess. All about the big girls. What about the big girls?
Big girl, work it, work it, work. Big girl, work it, work it, work. Big girl, you done suck all the fat off your ass.
Yo, there I go. Whoa. Welcome to another edition of the Luke Show. We are live right here at the crib, in the garage. I like doing my show in the garage, right? It's hot as fuck in here. And everybody keep telling me, yo, we got this studio for you. They say you can come do it over here. And I say, you know what? I like the fucking garage. I like the garage. I like the garage because in the garage, I can use my own microphone. In the garage, I can talk shit. In the garage, I can put my hat on, wear my homeboy shirt, showing love to them. Shouts out to Coach A and his good friends. You know, they send me these shirts and these hats, and I need to put them on every now and then. But in the garage, I can actually, I don't be on a time limit. You know, when you do studios, you end up on a time limit, and you have to be out of them people's shit at a certain time. So in the garage, I get to show you all that nostalgia in the back. Look at that. That is computer I use to record some Pitbull songs. Those are multi-tracks right there. They go to Book of Luke. Y'all need to go get it. It's in Barnes & Noble. You can go online. There go my homeboy, Lenny Harris. And there's a painting, young man painted of me. And then, you know, I got to have the Warriors in there. And those footballs, when you zoom in real close, you'll see that that's Warren Sapp, Hall of Fame football. And there go my a replica of my street, Uncle Luke Street. And then back here, that's a bottle of Uncle Luke passion fruit rum that I had. They couldn't keep up with the fulfillment. God damn it. Don't get me started on that. So welcome to another edition of the Uncle Luke Show, ladies and gentlemen. It is Monday. 11/24. A few more days before y'all eat that gobble, 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 gobble turkey. Yes, you're going to be able to eat that turkey on Thursday. A lot of my friends don't celebrate Thanksgiving for whatever reasons. That's on them. Fine with them. You know, hey, look, it's a day of Thanksgiving is a day of fellowshipping. I mean, people put too much into these holidays. You know, everybody got their own opinion of certain holidays. Like, yo, Halloween is devil worshiping. Thanksgiving is the pilgrims and da-da-da-da with the pilgrims. Christmas is not really the day Christ was born. Listen, let people live. Let people really live. I mean, goddamn. It's a holiday. All the holidays do is stimulate the economy. Allow the economy to be stimulated, okay, by the holidays. It's time to go out to spend money, stimulate the economy, keep people working. That's how it is. It's a vicious cycle. It's a big-ass cycle. Everything is a cycle here in America and everywhere else around the world. So just let people celebrate. New Year's will come. Christmas will come. Let's celebrate. God damn it. Have the week off. Enjoy yourself. You know, all this making shit up out of these holidays and just trying to make the holidays not really all holiday. That's for the birds. Get a fucking life. Come on. Let's be real. Yo, we got a beautiful show today. I got a whole bunch of things to talk about. You already know I am definitely going to be talking about Shedeur Sanders. Because I told you also. I told you fuckers what was going to happen. So, again, we got quite a few things to talk about. We got Shedeur Sanders. We got Marjorie Taylor Greene. She decided to step down. We're also going to talk about the University of Miami and how can we get into the college football playoffs by not getting into the damn ACC championship game. That is a difficult situation. I mean, Stephen A. Smith, he's fighting against Jason Whitlock. I think all my shows are like, who's Stephen fighting this week? You know what I'm saying? It's like, shit. Department of Education, Trump, got some things that he's talking about as far as Department of Education is concerned. Then we're going to be talking about my good friend, Lane Kiffin. Yes, Lane is my good friend. He's a very good friend of mine. That is my guy. Willie Taggart. I'm sorry, not Willie Taggart. I don't like him. Willie Simmons is bowl eligible in his first year at FIU. Bethune-Cookman Wildcats beat my FAMU Rattlers. I think Cozy is going to be looking for a job after that. It's a lot of shit to talk about. So y'all ready to go? Atlanta, Georgia, I see you in here. I see Glow is in here from, where you from, Glow? You from D.C.? Oh, Baltimore, D.C.? Baltimore? You know, Baltimore, D.C. people get upset when you call them, when you say they're from one place or the other. I guess I do understand. I really do understand. We used to be like that a long time ago. So let's get right into it. University of Miami, it's going to be very difficult for us to get into the college football playoff. I think they're just using us for clickbait. They're basically using us for clickbait. You know, every outlet is talking about University of Miami, even when they do the college football preview of who's in and who's out every week. They start, first question is, how is Miami going to get in with their win against Notre Dame? You know you're going to fuck us. You're going to fuck us royally. That's what's going to happen. We're going to get fucked. There's no way in the world University of Miami is going to get in over Notre Dame. Notre Dame is the Pope's team. The Pope. And the Pope team will not get pushed out regardless of whether or not we want a head-to-head, which is ludicrous. You're going to have a ACC team that gets in that's going to be lower ranked than us. Another travesty. I mean, they can't get this shit right to save their fucking life. The bottom line is the college football playoffs should be the best teams in. The bottom line. You think Tulane can beat Miami? You really think Tulane can beat Miami? No fucking way Tulane can beat Miami. You think any of these teams with an at-large bid can beat Miami? No. So basically, the fucking playoffs is a sham. It is a sham. It is a SEC invitation. It is a ESPN invitation. Invitation to all these people who they're going to cook the books and they're going to allow them to get into the playoffs. I mean, at large, really? You telling me those at-large bid teams are better than teams who are not going to get in? Matter of fact, what they should do is, if you're on the outside looking in, do like they do college basketball. You know what they do with college basketball? Those at-large teams, they have to play at the end of the year in order to get into the 64. How about having that playoff? If you're on the border, University of Miami, now you got to play Tulane or you got to play one of these fucking teams from one of these conferences, and that allows them to do what? Make do. Hey, look, Tulane, you people don't think you deserve to be in there? Goddamn it, beat Miami. That's what you do. They're on the outside looking in when you have these type of situations. Come on, man. You get ready to have an ACC championship, and none of those teams are ranked higher than Miami. Seriously? And you're talking about you're going to have the best team? Even with the ACC champion, that champion is not going to be the best team of the ACC. And the ACC president is complete ass. He has no cojones. He has no balls because he should have been fighting for the longest for two teams to get from the ACC to get in. Y'all, fuck, you just come up with 5 teams from the SEC. Okay, 5 teams from the SEC. That's what they negotiated. So here we are right now trying to figure out all these situations, and you're right. You're right, Edward. It ain't nothing but a fucking business. You're right. You're absolutely right. Come on, man. This shit is bananas. It makes no sense. If you're going to have a playoff for the best team in college football, then you have a playoff with all the best teams in college football. That's how you do that. You don't do it the way they're doing it. And then you have this whole shit this year is a sham. It's all a sham. It's all a fucking joke. I have no respect for no parts of this college football playoffs. under no circumstances. Shouts out to my man Willie Simmons, FIU. I keep telling y'all, that man, Willie Simmons, should be amongst the coaches that get a job in the Power Four. He should be mentioned in that conversation. For him not to be mentioned in that conversation, of not the conversation, but get a fucking job. All these jobs are available, and they're coming up with all these rocket scientists resurrecting somebody's kid because the dad was a great coach and they're giving the kid a fucking job. That only happened one time good. I mean, a few times. I'm not going to say one time. A few times where the coach was good at what he did, and then they hired the son, but the son was really involved, not just jacking off around the corner because he has a son name. I mean, fucking only Shula that's doing good is the damn grandson. The other sons didn't do jack shit. Fucked up Alabama and a whole bunch of other places, but that's a whole nother story. But the same thing, speaking of sons, and one guy who did do it right was Lane Kiffin. And here's what these jackasses got to say about Lane Kiffin.
Chance that he's pulling off the greatest troll job in the history of coaching vacancies? Is it possible that his intention has been to stay with Ole Miss this entire time, but he just wanted to lather up two other SEC fan bases that at some point he's going to play as the head coach of Ole Miss, and he just wanted to be a villain in two other spots, well, three if you had Tennessee, the villain in three other spots, and then become the hero overnight again at Ole Miss? Is that possible?
Yes, it's always possible. And here's what he did. I can already write a speech next Saturday. He'll get up there and say, I've just signed a new contract with Ole Miss, and then just viciously attack the media and say, you guys had me here. I mean, remember 3 years ago, he went after one reporter for about a year who said he had already accepted a job with Auburn.
Yeah.
I like Lane. Everybody knows that, but he's got a mean streak in him. So I think that's possible. And all the angst, and I think the Secretary of State in Mississippi tweeted, "Hey Lane, we've been nice to you. What about being nice to us?" All that's forgotten. It doesn't matter. Assuming he wins the Egg Bowl, he's in the playoffs. He may or may not go to SEC. And LSU and Florida fans hate him, and like he really cares. I don't think that is the highest probability, but I think it also is a cautionary tale, Matt, for every pundit who said Friday when that Keith Carter statement came out, he's gone.
I'm going to say this. Lane Kiffin is a good friend of mine. Every now and then we talk. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to say what we talk about, but we do talk about coaching. And where's Lane going to coach at? Where does Lane want to coach at? We talk, and the things that we talk about, we keep it in our little circles. Me and him, a couple other people, I guess. Some of the few that he talks to about coaching and where he wants to coach at. I got to choose my words carefully here because I don't want to be letting people read into too much. But I'm going to say this. Lane is not playing any shenanigans with anybody. The point of the matter is this. Lane Kiffin is winning. It's college football. It's how they lay out. They don't think. The NCAA does not think when it comes to how they open up the portal, the rules and responsibility, these different things. They don't think. These athletic directors don't think. They just do contracts, traditional contracts, and they just let it fly. They don't think about what could happen in a certain situation like this. Here you got the portal. You got to hire a coach because you're facing the portal, which is free agency. They just fuck the portal. They need to call it free agency. Call it for what it is. You got to have your coach in place at a certain time because you'll miss the free agency window. You got to then find out, like an Ole Miss, whether this coach is going to be here or not, because you might be affected by the free agency portal window. So it's not a Lane Kiffin trying to be New York City slick, or it's a Lane Kiffin trying to fuck around with the system. No, it's a coach in high demand at a school that he can be poached from. And speaking of poached from, if he was at Florida, they wouldn't be having this conversation. If he was at LSU, you wouldn't be having this conversation. If he was at Texas, you wouldn't be having this conversation about taking Lane from Texas. Where the fuck are you going to go? So there's levels to this shit. There's levels to this shit. The level that Ole Miss is on is not the level that Texas is on. It's not the level that Florida is on. It's not the level of LSU. It's not the level of Miami. So you can get got. It's big bank take little bank. Now, saying that Ole Miss don't have no money? No, that's bullshit. Ole Miss got a lot of money. But the mere fact is, where is Ole Miss located at? It's in a basketball state. Lane would be better off coaching, winning multiple championships. He know he can't win no championships at no fucking Ole Miss. He's going to have a good year this year, another good year. Look, before Lane Kiffin got to Ole Miss, they had not won 10 fucking games. Let's keep it a buck. And they've had some great coaches that went through Ole Miss. They couldn't get it done because the surrounding areas is not football. It's not a football state. Florida is a football state. Texas is a football state. Georgia is a football state. You think they will be having this conversation with fucking Kirby Smart at Georgia? No, because it would be crazy for him to even think about leaving Georgia because it's a blue bread school surrounded by big-time top athletes. It's not about how many people show up in the stands. It's not about the facilities. It's about levels to this shit. And that's the problem, people. So it's not a Lane Kiffin. Everybody wants, because they hate Lane so much. Feinbaum hate Lane. All these motherfuckers, Lane don't fall into their lane. Now, me and Lane, we had these conversations about this. It's not a Lane. These motherfuckers just got a problem with Lane Kiffin and his swag. Just like they got a problem with Shedeur and his swag. Just like they got a problem with Prime and his swag. Anybody got swag because the people who are in the media are green jeans, square-ass motherfucking people. The people who are picking the athletic directors are square-ass people. When they see a guy like Lane coming, they have a problem with him. He's too flamboyant. Oh, he just says what he wants to say. Well, goddamn it, your president saying what the fuck he want to say, and y'all voted him in. So what the fuck is wrong with Lane? Nick Saban says what the fuck he want to say. Oh, no, Nick can say. See, y'all have y'all choices. Y'all pick and choose who can say what the fuck they want to say because based on y'all opinion. You pick and choose who can say what they want to say, who could dress how they want to dress, who can go jump around the end zone, who could go to the podium and say some slick shit. How many times have Nick Saban berated a fucking reporter? Let's be real. Certain people can't do certain things because you motherfuckers have a problem with certain people. And you glorify others. Just that simple. Half of y'all scared of certain people. It's the bottom line. So it's not a Lane Kiffin. It's a NCAA problem. The NCAA fucked up this year. Oh, we're going to have one portal. So now when you got one portal, what the fuck happens? Ole Miss got to protect their ass. The new school got to protect their ass. Everybody has to do their job. And that's the thing. It's not a Lane Kiffin issue, people. It's an NCAA issue. So moving right along from Lane Kiffin. Let me go on with Marjorie Taylor Greene. This bitch want to quit. But yet still, she's still voting for all these Republican bills. She's voting right along with these motherfuckers. She got her money. Just like AOC say, oh, it's really cute that she's now getting her pension the day after her pension. That's what the fuck she's doing. So again, ladies and gentlemen, Marjorie Taylor Greene, good luck to her. Have a good time where you're going at Department of Education. You see her speaking out on the Department of Education, Donald Trump saying all nurses, the nurse degree ain't shit no more. Why did he say that? Why are they fucking with the nurses? Because the nurse job, most of the time when you go into the hospital, who's the nurse? It's the black lady. They're getting rid of the black lady. They're getting rid of those degrees that allow black women to go and get a grant, get a degree, get an education, and have a career. They want those nursing jobs to go to white women. And then you do have a lot of white women nurses. But at the same time, they're trying to, what they're saying is, see, you got to read the fine print. It's not about getting rid of the actual degree. It's about getting rid of the grant. Because most African-American women, they'll go and apply for the grant. And that grant will allow them, it's like paying for the education. That grant will allow them to pay for their education to become a nurse, and then they get to pay it back. So what Trump is doing with the Department of Education is saying you will not be allowed again to access those funds. So again, that's just like the end said, big bank take little bank. You're gonna have to go up in there. So who's gonna be able to qualify? That shit costs a lot of money. They're not getting rid of the entire degree. They're getting rid of the part that you can't go to the federal government and ask for a loan, a student loan, to become a nurse. That's what the fuck they're doing. Because they looked at the numbers and they seen most folks who are accessing those funds, because that nursing money is a lot of money. That's like fucking doctor. It's right there next to a doctor. That's what it is. So they're not getting rid of the actual degree of being a nurse or what is my friend Leslie? They have degrees of nursing where you can actually write prescriptions. That's what they're getting rid of. And they're saying you ain't gonna be able to access this money because what's gonna end up happening to you, your ass is gonna have to pay out your pocket. So 99.1% of the time, most of these African-American women cannot afford that. Nursing practitioner, thank you, go. That's damn near a doctor. They can run their own office. They can write prescriptions. And so that is what you have going on right now. So it's a big game. Everything is about suppressing the black woman. And that's some bullshit. Moving right along. Shedeur Sanders. I know y'all been waiting for it. Look at this.
Sean is the first person that he's gone up to. So he's been in his ear, as well as telling me he's been a mentor for Dylan Gabriel as well.
I love seeing that. That's why I had to show that first. I love seeing that. I love to see the fact that Deshaun Watson is sitting up there mentoring him. And that was actually Deshaun Watson's first game. It's hot in this motherfucker. That was actually Deshaun Watson's first game. Deshaun Watson did not travel at all with the team the entire year. Now people gonna make it up, make some shit of it. Oh, why did he travel when the white boy was the fucking quarterback? Why he travel when Dylan Gabriel was the quarterback? Well, goddamn it, Dylan Gabriel had his support cast. The head coach Stefanski. He had his support cast, the quarterback coach. Who, by the way, Stefanski and Dylan Gabriel got the same agent. He had a support cast, and the agent probably was there too. Shedeur ain't had no support cast, so he needed to have Deshaun Watson. Shouts out to Deshaun Watson for showing up. There we go.
Yeah, Shedeur, you come
Big
here.
dubs. Yeah.
What does this moment mean to you?
He the only way I made it through it. The last 6-7 months been extremely hard. Like, hey, come on, bro. I'm doing a serious interview, fam. That's what's shaking over there. But seriously though, like, God the only way I was able to get through it. It was great. You know, the last 2 days ago, we all had like a big conversation in the locker room, you know, just about God. And
See what I'm saying? God is good. God is good all the time, because all the time, God is good. That's what I like about this young man. He gives the glory to God. And I don't want to get preachy here, but at the same time, you gotta, if you believe, if you're a true believer, you know he'll make a way regardless of what obstacles they put in your way. If you are a true believer, you know God will make a way that you'll get to where you need to go at. And that's what I love about that man up there. You be sitting there saying, well, what the hell just happened here? A person that I truly love just passed away. God, why you took him away? God, why I ain't get this big money like these other people here? God, it ain't time. If you just sit back, lay back, God, why you took this person out of my life that I really cared for? I thought they cared for me. Just chill out. I did it for a reason. And that's what God, that's why I ain't starting. Why did I not get drafted when I was supposed to get drafted, y'all? If you truly believe and you trust in God, and that's what I love about this young man. He truly believed and trusted in God, and he never doubted him. Look at what just happened. Look what just happened. His number is 12. 12, 12, 12. 12, 12, 12. I ain't gonna get too deep on it, on the biblical stuff with y'all. But just know that God will make a way. Things happen all the time. Like this weekend, we had a football game. We was trying to overcome this team that we were playing for years. We've been losing to this team in the playoffs, and we just knew we had a great team this year. And I just knew we were gonna beat them, my football team. And I just knew we were gonna beat them. And we lost to them. I did something in the game that I've never done, and I've been coaching since 2003. Since 2003, I did something in the game. You know, one play don't cost a whole game, but I did some bonehead play because I got erratic with the officials, because I didn't think they were doing. I can't say too much about them because then I'll get suspended or reprimanded or whatever it is. Y'all see me on CNN, but there was something going on that threw me off track. And I eventually did something stupid in the game that put the opponent in a good position to be able to score, which was absolutely stupid. The stupidest thing I've ever did in my entire coaching career. But then I always look back on it and there's nothing no stupid. Everything is meant to be. We lost the game. It was meant to be. You learn from it. It's meant to be. If you win, you know, like we always pray before the game, we win, but we lose by the code. That's just life. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. But then at the end of the day, you got to have faith because you got to know that it is God's will. And so this young man speaks about God all the time. And when you look at it, he put him in the perfect position, knowing he has a coach that don't like him, an organization don't like him, a fan base that loves him, people around the world pulling for him. They're looking at him as the modern day Colin Kaepernick of how they were going to do Colin Kaepernick, but he did not allow them to do that to him. But this young man says, no, I'm going to push on no matter what you do. He said in his interview, there were 5 teams, every team passed over me 5 times. Not remembering that the Raiders was the only team that passed him 7 times because they had an extra 2 picks. You see what I'm saying? So the Raiders had more times to draft him than any team in the NFL. Did the Raiders need a quarterback? Yes, they did. They have an older quarterback. Our good friend Gino, the Bambino, would have been a great quarterback to mentor him, show him the game. So Tom Brady, who mentored Shedeur, this Tom Brady, the greatest of all times, who mentored Shedeur, passed over him. This kid been going to Tom Brady camp and getting mentored and getting coached up by Tom Brady since he was fucking in high school. So normally what happens is if your high school coach who's in a position to be able to draft you don't draft you, or your mentor, that means something fucking, that gives the impression that something is wrong with you. Hell, what Tom Brady passed over him, and that gives dumb motherfuckers like Dabo, who's fired. All those same people who passed over him got fired. Is getting fired. Hell, Chip Kelly just got fired. Stefanski ain't looking good. If you did a poll right now, today, people hate this guy. They hate him because it's blatantly obvious that he hates Shedeur. So these are the things that we have going on today. But that young man stayed focused and knowing that God will make a way. Then what does he do? He goes in there, beat the fucking team who passed on him 7 times at their place. Who he could have been playing for. Who his dad wanted him to play for. Who everybody wanted him to play for. The fucking Raiders. So he's going to go on and beat everybody's ass tour. Cleveland Browns just announced right now, because they did not announce it, that he's the starting quarterback for this game. According to Adam Schefter, Cleveland Browns just announced that Shedeur Sanders is the starter, according to Dillon Gabriel has cleared the protocol. I'm glad Stefanski did this.
Under his belt. And then next thing is improvement. And that's what young players do. Certainly young quarterbacks do. You get one game better, and that's just from working at it. So that'll be our focus. Shedeur will start this week. Obviously, number one job of quarterback is to win. So excited to get that first win under his belt. And then next thing is improvement. And that's what young players do. Certainly young quarterbacks do. You get one game better, and that's just from working at it. So that'll be our focus.
Okay, well, that's great. That's great shit, Kevin. That's good, Kevin. That's good. That is good, Kevin, because at the end of the day, this is a fan-ran business. That is breaking news. Kevin Stefanski just said it about 15 minutes, an hour ago. Shedeur Sanders is the starting quarterback for this week in Cleveland versus the San Francisco 49ers. That's fucking going to be. Let's go. Let's go beat these motherfuckers. Shedeur. Speaking of wins, people, let me just say this. Y'all don't understand. Life is about wins and losses. If you just tuned in, this is the Uncle Luke Show podcast. I do this show Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll be on time because I'm out of the fucking playoffs. I'm so mad about that. Speaking of wins, a lot of people want me to run for Congress. I've had so many phone calls about running for Congress. Quite a few people want me to run. I'm seriously thinking about it. I'm seriously thinking about running for governor in the state of Florida because I don't think anybody is qualified to be governor in this race in the state of Florida. So I'm looking at governor and I'm looking at Congress. Governor in the state of Florida is a difficult task. It's very difficult. I haven't spoken on this, so I'll speak on it right now. It is a very difficult task because you would have to raise a whole bunch of money. You have to travel this state, and this state, is it ready for a black governor? I don't know. I would hope so, but this is a red state. This is a mega country. To run for governor, of this state, I think I'll get a lot of surprise votes. I think I'm able to win the Democratic nomination, but to be able to win the entire state, I would have to do a whole bunch of work in a short period of time. I would really love running for governor of the state of Florida. I would, but it would take a lot of money, tons and tons and tons of money, because what people don't understand about politics, it's not about the candidate, it's about how much money the candidate can raise to be able to go and be able to do the work. You have to be from point A to point B, next place, this place. You have to buy ads. You have to, you got to buy posters. You have to, it's a lot of stuff that goes into a campaign. I was fortunate enough to be able to run for mayor in a special election in Miami, and I came in like a third place or something like that. I had a chance, but it was a special election. I was able to accumulate a large population of people who followed me, and now to this day, I endorse candidates, and most of the candidates in South Florida I endorse. They 99.1% of the time they win. That's why a lot of people right now are asking me to endorse them right now, because they know I'm heavily into politics and I'm heavily into the community. You could be heavily talking about politics on these social media platforms, but it's like you got to be about it. You got to be out in these streets. I'm out in these streets every day. Normally I would be at football practice, but we got dumped out of the playoffs. I was the head coach. I take full responsibility. But then you go and you work in your community. Miami Edison Senior High, 99% Haitian school. Haitian students, Haitian everything, few black students. My youth program, Liberty City Optimists, been around for over 30-some years. We work every day. Great staff. Got a great staff over there, great volunteers. We do the work. We do the work for our community every day. And that's the thing. That sign right there spells the work. Not because of me being Uncle Luke, the rapper around the country. That sign says it all. That's a reminder. That sign right there is a reminder of the work that I've done in my community and for the state of Florida. So when I think about running for either one of these offices, I think about it from the standpoint of the things that I've done in my community of Miami. How could I bring that to the state? How could I bring that to Congress, whatever district I may choose to run in? What can I bring? The things that I bring is vision. Vision, not division. It's two different things. Vision is the vision for all, for my people, because my people, I rep my people first, and for all people, and for all others. And that's just the fabric of the business. Most of us will go and we'll run for office and we're going to go, I'm the president for all the people. Yeah, you're the president for all the people, but you got to do for your people because our people been left behind. I'm sorry, I don't operate like that. So if any candidate want to use something against me, if I do decide to run, he's just running for black people. I'm black and I'm proud. And I say it motherfucking loud. And we'll do. But at the same time, if you're representing a district or an entire state, you're not just representing, you're representing black people, white people, Hispanic people, Asian people, all people. And all people have different needs. They have different things. They have things that they need in their area. If you live in Lauderhill. The people in Lauderhill have different needs than the people in Tamarack. The people in Belglades and Pahokee has different needs than the people in Palm Beach County. The people in Riviera has different needs than the people in Lauderhill. You see what I'm saying? So you have to go into these areas, and then there are different demographics. There are different people. There are white people, Haitian people, Jamaican people, Bahamian people, Trinidadian people. All these people are the makeup of these districts and these in the state. So you have to be respectful and responsible and going in there and say, talk to me. What are some of the issues in your community? What are some of the issues? What are some of the challenges? I have an ideal, but the person who knows better is you because you live there. Now, if you tell me, I'm like a doctor when it comes to politics. I'm like a doctor. Like, I know my community. I know I know the general issues of Black folks in this country and Black folks in South Florida, Black folks in the state of Florida. It's the same issues because we're fighting the same demon. There's one demon in Tallahassee that we're fighting. We're fighting that demon in Tallahassee who wants to oppress Black folks. So if you represent a predominantly Black area, there's going to be some whites, there's going to be some Hispanics in that area, but it's predominantly Black. If you represent the entire state, then you're representing African Americans and everybody else. So you would want to be the candidate that says, yes, I'm Black first. Y'all got to respect that. Black people have been left behind in this state, in this country. And we're gonna focus on putting resources into Black households and Black youth and Black communities. Yes, we're going to do that because I am Black first. That's number one. But then I'm not going to ignore the needs. I wouldn't ignore the needs of rural Florida. There are different needs. The farmer has a different need. Can't ignore the rich people on Star Island. They have different needs on Star Island than the different needs of the Black community. But the Black community, I know the needs of the Black community all over this state. It's the same. Housing is fucked up. Healthcare is fucked up. The schools are fucking tore down. Aftercare programs, parks, trades, opportunities for getting good educations. A lot of infrastructure, streets. People have a tendency of thinking that these young people just want to consistently just have a life of crime. No, it's a life of survival with these young people. I deal with young people every day. It's like, Luke, well, if you run for Congress in the area where you want to run in, it's a large Haitian community. Well, I've been coaching high school football, head coach at a Haitian high school. If anybody knows a friend of that Haitian community, I'm very much aware and friends with the Haitian community. But every community has its own group. It could be Haitians in Miami. It could be Haitians in Lauderhill and Lauderdale Lakes. Haitians in Tampa. Haitians in Orlando. They have different needs because of the community that they live in. You see what I'm saying? Shit, I'm half Jamaican, half Bahamian. There are different needs in different areas for different folks. Different strokes for different folks. I guess that's what they say. So the thing is, my point is this. there's lack of vision. Everybody wants to be the governor. Everybody wants to be the president. Everybody wants to be the congressman. I was looking at, doing my little research. I'm doing research. Okay, Luke, if you run for governor, what the fuck can you do? What's some of the things that you can do? Shit, so tons of things that I could do. Number one is about bringing more resources in the state. How can I get more people to work? How can I get young people a better shot, a better opportunity? How can I get bring more money into the state of Florida? There's many ideals that I have. I'm not going to sit on here and tell these numbnuts, because you look at Florida and you say, okay, yeah, we got sunshine, we have beautiful beaches, we have beautiful people. The people are getting priced out. In 10 years, you won't be able to afford to live in Miami. Hell, I might not be able to afford to live in Miami. You might need to be a fucking billionaire. What's going on in these communities? They're getting gentrified. Even the gentrification has to slow down, because the gentrification has to slow down because the cost of living is too high. Can that be fixed? Yes. You can have rent control. Federal government has programs to assist these schools. Why the schools are fucked up? That's by design. Because yes, the state of Florida wants you to move more into charter schools, and charter schools, that's a big game in charter schools also. It's a Republican-ran situation. Anything Republican-ran is about Republicans making money. A lot of Republicans don't like Ron DeSantis, nor do they like Donald Trump. But a lot of Republicans who do fuck with them, who do vote for them, they're using the opportunities that they present in order for gain. That's what they're using. Hell, right now, they're getting ready to take your black schools all over the state of Florida that's under-enrolled, and they've made them under-enrolled because they've allowed charter schools to be all around these African-American schools. And they're getting ready to give these African-American schools to charter schools. The big charter school who got all the big bucks, who pays all the lobbyists, these guys are going to turn these African-American schools into public charters. Remember I said that. So your favorite African-American school, African-American school that's been in your community for 100 fucking years, they're getting ready to turn that motherfucker into a charter because they've allowed and gave license to companies all around. You know how it is. McDonald's will only allow another McDonald's to open up not so close to a McDonald's. You think a motherfucker go open up a McDonald's on every corner? No, because they know that McDonald's will be taken away from that McDonald's. They won't open up Kentucky Fried Chicken on every corner. They won't open up Wingstop on every corner because they know the tool will be taken away. So why in the fuck do you think they allow charter schools? Charter schools have to be governed by the state of Florida, and by that municipality, by that school board, that district. They give out the license. So they know exactly what they're doing. They're going to hijack your high school, give it to the charter school owner. He's going to own the fucking land. 10 years from now, he's going to close that bitch down, and then he's going to turn that motherfucker into a condo. Hello. So you have to have people in office to stop these tragedies. I'm looking at the things. Okay, now I'm going to talk about this governor thing and shit. What does the governor do? The governor controls all the state schools. He puts in the board, and the board puts in the president. So everybody's screaming and hollering, FAMU, we're going down in flames. This is so horrible. At FAMU, the governor of Florida state of Florida put in a president that everybody is not fond of, and they put in a board, and the board puts in all these coaches and shit from Florida State. The athletics is ass at FAMU right now. But when you're the governor, you get to make those decisions. So when you sit your ass home and don't vote, you get to make those decisions. When you got bad health care, when your schools are dilapidated and they're not repairing anything, there's no money into the infrastructure, the roads are looking the same way, and there's the lights ain't working on the street corner, that's state and federal money. So I'm looking over there, I'm looking, what about this federal, this Congress thing here? Think about all these things. What about Congress? What's the needs of the area in this district right here? Let's just take one district, because there's a lot of seats you can run for. Let's just take this one district, CD20. And what are some of the issues of CD20? Well, you got Belgrade and Pahokee. Belgrade and Pahokee. It was a big sugar cane industry where people would come from all over to work the fields and all that, stimulate the economy of Belgrade and Pahokee because they worked in the fields and all that. But now the fucking sugarcane people got automated systems. They got the robots out there. They have an automated system going on. Well, they're doing what? They don't need the people. So now the economy becomes not as lucrative as it was before they came in and created this automated system where the machines cut the cane and all that shit. They ain't got people out there. So there's work that needs to be done with a vision. What's the vision of stimulating this economy? What's the vision of putting these young folks in a position where they could thrive in life? What's the vision? Yeah, there has to be. I have a plan, because everything. Trust me, I started hip hop in the South. People thought I was fucking crazy, but I had a vision. I started Liberty City Optimist in Miami when people thought I was crazy. That's because I was bused to Miami Beach, because I had a vision. All these artists, Pitbull, I had a vision that a Cuban rapper can be as big as he is. I had a vision that Trick Daddy can be the biggest rapper that he is, but it takes knowing, and it takes coming up with a plan for each and every one of these individuals. I go down the list. It's no different. It's a vision, not the vision. A vision. If you don't have a vision, you're lost. So if I go and run in CD20, Lauderhill, Tamarack, Lauderhill Lakes, Belgrade, Pahokee, Palm Beach, Riviera Beach, and if I miss somebody, Sunrise, little piece of that, you can bet your ass, if I am the congressman, we're going to be leading the country, not just the state. We're going to be leading the country in innovation with a vision of purpose and helping all, starting with the disadvantaged. Because when you go into a situation right now, if the house on fire, what are we going to do? We're going to go and deal with the initial area to stop the flames. We're going to go into the heart of the fire. The heart of the fire is the disadvantaged, the people who have been left behind, the people who are living in poverty, the people who have no health care, the people who are sitting there every day not living from paycheck to paycheck. Yeah, we're going to get to the rich. Y'all got needs. But these are some of the things that we got to straighten out. And so you got to have a vision for this. They cut the grass out there. I'm in the garage. You got to have a vision for these things. You can't be no little boy trying to just get a seat. You can't be no little girl. You can't be hiding behind your ethnicity, your nationality, your age. What is your vision? Everybody comes up with what they pose. The poll says this is the general concerns of the people of this area here. That's what the polls say. But are you going in there having a conversation with the people? What made me, I ran a campaign for mayor. No, I know I wasn't going to win. I just want to shake that motherfucker up. But if I run for Congress, I'm expecting to win. If I run for governor, I expect to win. Because it's needed. That was a special election. That gave me an ideal. I only had $10,000 in my account. Came in third. These motherfuckers had millions of dollars because they had the millions of dollars from special interest groups. And see, that's the difference between me. Ain't no special interest group is going to buy me, because what normally happens with your candidate, why you get nothing done in your area, is when they have no name recognition. They ain't got no name. A dude come up in your community, he ain't got no fucking name. Somebody gave him billions of dollars, millions of dollars to run for this race so that they could hijack the entire community, so that they could take the money from you and everybody else in the community, so they could control the congressman, the state rep, the mayor, the commissioner, the school board member. It is all about control. And one thing about me, ain't no motherfucker control me. Can't control me. You ain't finna give me no money and say, Luke, shut the fuck up. Or you gonna give me some money and say, hey man, when you go and get $200 million in federal money to help Riviera Beach build a new water plant because the people drinking shit water right now for years, and no congressman or woman did any fucking thing about that. So just imagine. See, that kind of shit, like, for me, I don't sleep well. I'm sorry, I don't sleep well. If I know kids are taking baths and mamas and daddies is cooking with fucked up water, and I know about this, I don't sleep well until I get that shit fixed. How can you sleep well when that's going on for years? I'm not sleeping. We fix crime in our community through programming the parks. Hello, one of the leaders. Everybody else take the plan. You gotta put money into these kids. You want to fix crime? You gotta put money into the kids. You gotta create safe havens. These kids are very smart. The ones who are committing crimes are very, very smart, very intelligent. They just don't have a way. Some of these kids are homeless and in poverty. We're quick to take these kids and put them where? We're quick to take these kids and put their ass in a foster home, and then we want to take them and they're making money. Then we quick to take these kids and do what? We want them to go to prison, because prison is a fucking business. The prisons right now are the guards are the people bidding out the prison. The prison is not ran by the state. It's ran by some fucking company that won the bid to run the prison. You got some situations in some states where the prisoners, the people who bid it and was awarded that prison are saying to the state, you said we were going to have this many prisoners coming in at this amount, and we ain't making the money that you said we was going to make. So y'all need to go lock some more niggas up. See, these are the things that goes on. You got healthcare issues. Why? When you got federal assistance that you could take and show the people to apply for this, apply for that. This is what you need to do. So for me, I know when I get into something, people say, Luke, you taking too much time. And look what time it is, 3:05. You're taking too much time to think about this. No. I think about it very carefully, because when I make a decision as to what I'm going to run for, I go full steam ahead. I don't play. In an area, or if it's the state, or if it's an area that I'm going to represent, you could bet your ass that area is going to be the best area in the state, in the country that I represent. Anything I touch or anything I get involved with, I'm sorry. Yes, I am bold about it. I make it better than what I found it. I went to Miami Edison Senior High, Haitian school. Dirt all the way in my drawers, dirt in my face, in my nose, everything. Dirt everywhere. I come out the practice field. I got to go soak in the bathtub to get so much dirt off me. I say, how long this shit been like this? My first week of coaching, they say, man, it's been like this forever. I get on the phone, call up board member Dr. Ben Charles Mintigoff, say, board member, are you aware of this? No, I'm not aware of this. Can we get some grass? Yes, you can. The damn people are retooling the field, and we put some grass down. And I say, better yet, you know what I'm going to do, board member? With your help, I'm going to go call up Adidas, because I need them to put some money into putting the field, because the district ain't got no money. You got a whole football stadium at Miami Edison. Everybody ride by like, what the fuck have they won? They ain't won shit in 100 years. How do they get a turf field and Northwestern don't get one? How do they get a turf field and Central don't have one? How do they get a turf field in Carol City and Norland and all these motherfuckers? Them motherfuckers over there, how do they get a brand new locker room? Laid out locker room like the Miami Dolphins locker room. How do they get all this shit at Miami Edison? Because Luther Campbell is the coach. And anything I do, and anything I be at, I am going to make it better than what I found it. So if I decide to run for CD20, you can rest assured, when I decide to lay it down, CD20 is going to be better than CD20. They're going to be mad at us. That's why we at Liberty City Optimists, they be mad at us. Because when we get our kids and we take our kids on the field trip, when we take our kids on the field trip in the summer, we're riding them big luxury line of buses. Fuck that. We ain't riding no cheese bus. Everybody else pulled up in the cheese. No, we're going to the top of the line amusement parks. We're going to Disney. We're going around the country. We're going around the world. That's what we do. We do everything big. And they get mad. And we love it. Our kids are treated, because our kids is not, my kid at Liberty City Optimists, I'm just using that for example, at Miami Edison, my kids get treated the same way my son get treated. They get the same shit my son get. They're my kids. They're my kids. That is my community. I run for governor of the state of Florida. This is my state. My state is going to be the best of all. I don't give a shit what they're doing in Georgia. I don't give a shit what they're doing anywhere else. We're gonna be the prime entity. We're gonna be the crown jewel of America. Hell, in Georgia, you got a tax credit. And how they designed the tax credit in Georgia is so that big major production companies can't come in, bring their staff in, shoot, take advantage of the credit, haul ass back to where they live at, New York, California, or wherever. No, they created the tax credit in Georgia, which is some unique shit, which Florida should do, because we have all this sunshine. It's cheaper to shoot here. Create a tax credit in Georgia to do what? You have to live here. That just generated jobs for the people of Georgia, and that stimulated the economy because if you live here, you got to pay taxes here. So that's how much of a credit you get based on how many people of that production that works and live in Georgia. You telling me we can't do no shit like that in the state of Florida? You telling me we can't do that in certain areas in the state of Florida? You can't tell me we can't stimulate the black communities in the state of Florida if the Republicans in the rest of the state don't want to give a tax credit. You telling me we can't do that? Tell you what, you can bet that's all kids want to be in the entertainment business. Girls, boys, whatever it may be. Studio producing. Everybody want to be in the entertainment business. Entertainment business is not just the people in the front of the camera. What about the people behind the camera? What about the people who, the gaffers, the grips, the cameraman, the sound man, the guy holding up the sign? Those people are union. The guy who's doing haircut, craft services, the people who are feeding the people. Those are union people making tons of money. That right there stimulates an entire community. And now, come on, man. People don't have no vision. So I'm going to run for one of these seats, and you can bet your sweet ass that wherever area I'm going to run for, the first thing, oh, yeah, he's Miami. If I run for Congress, oh, he's Miami. No, I represent the state of Florida. Run for the state, oh, he's Miami. You represent the entire state. You represent what is your vision? What are you going to do? You're just going to hold a job? You're going to hold a position? Do you have resources? It's really about resources. What resources do you have? Is the resources that you have as an elected official are only the resources that somebody put money into your campaign? Really? Hey, look here. Young people, school. We need to bring back trade schools, trade. You need to bring, instead of putting these kids in homeless shelters, you need to talk to the community. They might want to bring back Job Corps. You had housing and a place to stay, and they were teaching you, and you got a trade, and you left Job Corps, and so it wasn't just, oh, we're just going to put you in a homeless shelter. Come on, man. I'm getting off here. It's too hot up in here. Sweating up in here, sweating. It's another edition of the Luke Show, ladies and gentlemen. I got deep off into the politics because it's weighing in on me. It's getting close. It's getting close for me to make a decision whether I'm going to run for either Congress or I'm going to run for governor. But I want you all to chime in. I want you all to help me out with this decision. Please go to my social media pages, either Uncle Luke Real One on Twitter, X, Uncle Luke 305 on TikTok, my Facebook page, Uncle Luke Facebook page, Instagram page, and y'all tell me, should I keep it in the district, congressman in the district, or should I run for the state, governor of the state? Because I can tell you one thing, like I say, wherever I go, it's going to be the best. It's going to be best. Because whatever I did, anything that I did, I left it better than what I found it. My park, Charles Hadley Park, I grew up on. With my hard work and others and dedication, we renovated 28-acre park. If you go out there right now, you'll swear that park belongs in some fucking millionaire neighborhood. If you go to Charles Hadley Park right now, you would think that park is in some multi-million-dollar neighborhood, because that is how I fucking operate. We get the best of any and everything. You go out that Miami Edison, you'll see that motherfucker at the top of the line. Anything that I do, any of my artists, my kids, anything, I do it top of the line because I have vision. And when I get into something, I go hard. And if I buy me out and I get into it, I'm a fixer. I don't function well when everything is all right. I function better when I'm in the weeds. That's a cook terminology. When you're in the weeds, you got to figure this shit out. Give me the problems. I want all that smoke. I want all that smoke of fixing the problems and fixing the issues, because 99.1% of them, I live them all. Whether living them as a man, living them as a baby, living them as a boy, I live them all. And when you live all these different lifestyles, you're able to do certain things that you need to do. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe on my YouTube page. That's Uncle Luke TV. Like, share, and subscribe. I'll rebroadcast this show for the masses to see, the ones who didn't see it. For the rest of the week, hey, look, I'm going to come back on Wednesday, get you ready for that turkey. I might even take the camera in the kitchen when y'all see me cooking that turkey. I'm going to be cooking. I'm going to cook. I'm going to cook. Because I'm a chef. I'm burning up in here. Y'all got me hot in this mother. Boy, look here, man. I see y'all. Until the next time, peace.
Pull out the stick, come shoot that. Booty poke out like a book bag. Booty poke out like a book bag. Pull over ass too fast. Come wish God bring that Uncle Luke bag.